We're supercharging the compost today. Wait until you see what we're gonna get up to. The scythe has to be one of those tools that is low tech but does a better job under certain circumstances than does its high tech counterpart, namely the strimmer. Okay, the plan is to sweep this area here, which is full of nettles, take them all up with this scythe, yeah, this low tech wonderful tool, and then chop them up with the shears, add them to the compost heap to supercharge the compost. Let's see how it works out. So all that fresh material in, I would say, under 10 minutes. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So now with the shears, I'll cut the nettles into smaller pieces so that it increases the surface area exposed on the surface of the nettles, which means that the microbes themselves have more space to act on, which will make sure that the heap reaches high enough temperatures for it to really get cooking, supercharged. Looking good. So here's the compost heap on this farm. It's mostly horse manure because there are 2 horses here who provide a wheelbarrow full of shite every single day. So I'm just making space for the nettles to be dumped in from on top. The carbon nitrogen ratio here is so off just because the horse manure is so heavily carbon based. Apparently it's like 30-to-1 carbon to nitrogen, in some cases 50-to-1, obviously because of the straw that gets mixed up into the horse manure, and also actually here lots of leaves because it's autumn here, and so there are leaves on the ground. So when I go to rake up the horse manure, inevitably leaves come with it, and so the carbon in here is, I'd imagine this is way too much carbon than it is nitrogen. So with the nettles and any greenery, kitchen waste as well, I'm going to raise up this CN ratio to get it to the optimum. I think the optimum is about 20-to-1. So let's see. That is way more than I expected. Alright, to be honest, I actually think that's going to be enough. So I'll mix that in now thoroughly to make sure that it's homogeneous throughout the whole mixture. And then actually the plan is to get some leaves, some more leaves, because bacteria are the workers in here. And on the leaves there are populations of bacteria who are brilliant at decomposing. So just to add some more decomposers, microbiological decomposers to the mix, along with this increased nitrogen. I think that'll do the trick. Okay, that looks good. So there's the barrel full of leaves. Lots of carbon, yes, and that might contradict what I was saying earlier on about the nitrogen thing, the carbon-nitrogen ratio thing, but it's for the microbes. Okay, that looks good. It's been aerated, the CN ratio has been made better. It could be mixed better, but we'll come back tomorrow and see how it looks, make the necessary changes, and go from there. Sorry ladies. Okay, so the compost heap has grown somewhat since the last time I was here, as is to be expected. But so it's been, I think, 2 or 3 days since I added the grass, nettles and grass. So the plan today now is to flip it. Ladies, relax, please. So look, here is the compost, yeah, finished product, when not much care has been given to the CN ratio, and it smells good. It was pretty much mostly horse manure, I'd imagine. Smells good, feels good, a bit damp, but it'll do the trick. So imagine now what it'll look like, smell like, feel like, although you can't see that. Or rather, you can't experience that. Imagine now what it will look like with the correct CN ratio and with the temperatures getting up to high temperatures for a sustained period of time, especially now that I'm going to flip it into the second bin. Already this is looking much better. So for one thing, the steam is a great sign, but also these white bits here, They're actinomycetes, and they were only the past few flips of the heap, yeah, they were only, I wouldn't even say 2 centimeters down, 3 centimeters deep into the heap, but now they're a good bit down. Like, we're almost halfway through that heap and they're still there, so that's a good sign. Oh, and the smell, it smells much more aerobic now than it does anaerobic. So, by the way, the actinomycetes are a species of bacteria. So they're a microbiological decomposer. It's good news that they go deeper into the heap now than they did previously. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to get another wheelbarrow full of nettles. So back in a sec. I think that's all I'm going to fit in there now. So we'll come back in another few days. Maybe flip the top bit, but it's not going to be another month until that's fully flipped into the next bin. But I think the experiment was a success, based on that steam, the actinomycetes and the better smell. Done.